Alrighty, what is going on, dudes? My name is Letter13, and welcome back to the Pokemon ORAS Wi-Fi battle. So, this is my first real NU match that I've had in a while. This was actually one of the first people I ever played in NU. His name is Shigeki. Pretty much, he was one of the first people I challenged to NU. He 6-0'd me, so I never uploaded the battle because I didn't want to upload a 6-0 battle, even though I was a noob battling an expert. So, we had another battle recently, and it did go a little bit better for me. But anyways, we're going to get started here because I want to show it to you. This will be our Wi-Fi battle for this week. And then I'll send him the link on Skype so he can watch it as I commentated. Anyways, I'm going to lead out with my Rhydon because it is the rocker that I brought on the team. And he's going to lead out with a Sandslash, who's kind of the rocker on his team. So right here I was thinking, I don't really know what he wants to do. I was risking the E-Quake, but I decided to go for my rocks, which was a nice idea. Or no, excuse me, I wanted to get this thing out of here right away. Pretty much, I wanted to see how much damage I could do to it because I was kind of scared of the rocks, and I also didn't want him to get up his. So I do decide to swap here because I cannot touch this thing and I don't want to take an E-Quake, and I want to be able to get up my rocks later. So predicting the incoming Earthquake, I do decide to send in my Leafeon, which was a nice play, except he goes for a knockoff. So, it doesn't do that much damage, but it does get rid of my Life Orb, which does suck, but at the same time, now I don't take damage from doing more damage. So now he's going to withdraw, and obviously for the incoming Leaf Blade, he's going to swap into the Zebstrika. Now, I don't remember if I predicted that. No, yes I did. Alright, good on me. I did predict the swap because he definitely didn't want to stay in. Even if he did, he couldn't do much damage to me. So, now that I do that, I'm just going to go for the quick attack because this thing is way faster than me and it will kill me with whatever it wants to hit me with. So he decides to go for Signal Beam. I'm like, that's not what I expected, but Signal Beam does take me down. I'm glad I have quick attack on this thing because I was able to get some damage on it, and that's the important part. So now I'm going to send out my, whatever the frick you call it. What is even in this Pokemon called? Gosh dang it, Hariyama. I don't know why I couldn't remember. Anyway, he's going to swap out. Obviously, I'm going to go for the Fake Out because that's what they do because typically Hariyama are Guts. So I decided to go for Fake Out. Obviously, just do a little bit of damage and waste a turn so I can get my Burn or my Guts. I think I'm running Burn. Or, excuse me, Burn or Toxic so I can get the Guts boost. So, he ends up going for the E-Quake here because it'll do the most damage to me. I know I'll take that decently because I've got a pretty good amount of health and defense. So, I decided to go for Payback and it doesn't do nearly enough. And I'm like, well, that's not that great. So he gets his leftovers, I take my burn damage, so things aren't looking good. He can take me out, I think, with a max roll and E-Quake, or maybe it's the roll he got before, but, you know, yeah, he gets a crit anyways, so really, I don't know if it mattered, may not have mattered, but you never know, it doesn't really matter. So, pretty cool stuff. He gets his leftovers, and I'm gonna send in Princess, because he's probably like, why are you sending out an Electivire against a Sandslash? So obviously I have something prepped for it. I can't remember if I banded or scarfed this Electivire. This may be the scarfed Electivire. I don't even remember. He decides to send out his Gorbis. But I do cross chop because I do expect him to send something to take the Ice type move. So I'm able to take out the Gorbis, which is very, very nice with 2 cross chops. So the first Pokemon on his team is down. So now he's going to send in Muck, and I do have to swap here because obviously he knows I am Choice. So I think I'm Choice Scarf because I outsped the Gorbis. Maybe Gorbis is naturally slower. I do not know. I'm going to swap into Rhydon, obviously predicting the Poison type move because I just want to be able to take whatever. But he makes a very nice prediction and goes for the Ice Punch. Even though that does barely anything to my Rhydon because of that EV Light, he does get the Poison. That does suck because now I'm going to be taking residual damage, which is not very good for my Rhydon. So obviously he has to swap because he can't do much, and Ice Punch didn't even do that much to me. So now he's going to send in the Xatu. I think I went for Stone Edge. I could be wrong, but no, I did go for E-Quake. Okay, I sort of expected him to stay in. I also sort of expected him to go back into that, whatever you call it, the frickin' Sandslash. So he decides to go for the Calm Mind in this turn, obviously to get his special attack and special defense up, so we'll be able to hit really hard on whatever Pokemon I have in here. So I decided to go for Stone Edge, and I do miss. And that, I feel, was a really big kicker in the end. So he does go for Psychic, which is easily going to take me out now, especially at this amount of health that I'm at. But I'm actually, no, never mind, not easily. I thought it would take me out. Anyway, if I had hit that stone edge earlier, this Xatu, excuse me, would have been dead, and I wouldn't have had to worry about it. So, it does suck now that I lost my Rhydon. I'm unable to get up my rocks, which is the worst part. So now I'm going to send in Freebie here, just because I don't know why. Just why not? Because I can probably go for Volt Switch or something and hit the thing, but he does make a nice play. He was in a muck, actually. You know, when I did this, I kind of expected him to go into the Sand Slash, but maybe he expected me to predict that and go for HP Ice or something like that. I don't even know. Anyways, Thunderbolt does not do very much to Muck, and so I decided to go for Taunt here because I don't want him cursing or anything like that. So, he does go for Poison Jab anyway, so it doesn't really matter. It's going to do a fairly decent amount of damage. Luckily, even with the Poison boost on Poison, with Poison Touch and Poison Jab, I luckily don't get poisoned. So, I just do a little tiny bit of damage with Volt Switch there, and decide to swap, because Freebie's just basically Death Fodder at this point, because he'll die the next time I send him out. So, I decided to send in my Pidgeot here, just because I didn't really have much else to combat this Muck. He does go for the Poison Jab, which is going to do a fairly decent amount of damage, and Flutter is not going to take that very nicely. So pretty much, I just got to go for Brave Bird, because Brave Bird is the strongest move. I believe I am a Life Orb Pidgeot, so it's going to do a decent amount of damage, but not nearly as much as I needed it to. And my Recoil knocks me down to 1 HP, and then the Life Orb takes me out. So, poor Pidgeot does a lot of damage, but is unable to take out this Muck. So, it does suck. I would have loved to actually be able to take down the Muck. So, anyway, yeah. This taunt wears off, which really doesn't matter. So I decided to send in Freebie and just let it die here, because there's no point in having it in the back of the party. Just might as well let it die. May have not been the smartest move in the long run, but you know what? There's only 3 more turns left in this battle, so who cares? So now I'm going to send in Princess, because obviously I can easily lock myself into Earthquake if I want to, but I'm not gonna, because I definitely don't want to risk him swapping. So he just decides to sack off this Muck and go for the Shadow Sneak. So debating my options, I just went for Thunder Punch. I wanted to make sure I knocked out the Muck. The crit may have mattered, because seeing how slow that HP drops, but you never know. I just want to be able to hit the Xatu with something. So the Xatu will go down. He decides to withdraw, obviously. He should have just sacked this thing off, I'm going to be honest. But he's got a Motor Drive Zebstrika, so I'm basically just going to up its speed. Or Lightning Rod, excuse me. And that up special attack now. I did not know that. I thought that Lightning Rod just... Never mind, I suppose it doesn't matter. Anyways, he's just going to go for the Overheat. Easily going to take me down. I was locked into Thunder Punch, so I couldn't do anything else. Anyways, guys, that was our NU battle against Shigeki. It was a 4-0 match, which does suck. Surprisingly, that Cacturne never saw battle. So, I don't know, it wasn't a very good battle on my side. Once again, I need to start, like, building teams. Like, sitting down and putting together a team. I don't know. I just throw together teams and it doesn't ever really work out for me. So anyways, thank you all so much for watching. Really hope you enjoyed. If you did, a like so appreciated. Thank you, Shigeki, for having the battle with me. We'll need to have another NU battle soon. I'll need to actually build a good team to combat you. So anyways, thank you all so much for watching. Really hope you enjoyed. If you did, a like so appreciated. And yeah, thank you all so much for watching. And I will talk to you all later.